Everyone says they're waiting for the right moment, a better time, a new year. But time doesn't serve those who wait. It serves those who act. The longer you hesitate, the more your future is written without you. Change doesn't come with a new year. It comes the instant you decide you've had enough. The second you move, the world shifts beneath your feet. History remembers those who acted while others planned, prayed, or postponed. One of them was a girl no one believed in, a peasant who refused to wait for permission. Her name was Joan of Arc, and her first step ignited a nation. Before we begin, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And watch until the end, because this story will remind you why waiting for the right time is how most people lose everything before they even start. The year was 1429. France was dying. The 100 Years' War had drained its blood for nearly a century. English banners hung over Paris. The rightful heir, Charles VII, hid in the shadows, uncrowned, uncertain, surrounded by doubt. The French spirit was broken. Orléans, their final defense, stood on the edge of collapse. One more defeat, and France would vanish. But in the small village of Domremy, a teenage peasant girl heard a call. Joan, no wealth, no education, no rank, only conviction. She claimed that divine voices told her she had been chosen to save France. To most, that sounded like madness. To her, it was a command. She didn't wait for approval. She didn't wait for someone else to lead. She walked to the local garrison and demanded an army. They laughed. She came back, again and again. Refusal didn't stop her. It only proved how deeply fear ruled the world around her. At last, with France collapsing and Orléans on the brink, the commander relented. He gave her an escort to the Dauphin. 11 days through enemy territory, no hesitation. When she reached Charles VII, she walked straight through his court of doubters and spoke with such certainty that he believed her. For the first time in years, a man who had been hiding decided to act. Joan entered the war not as an observer, but as a force. At Orléans, where veterans hesitated, she advanced. She carried no sword of legend, no strategic training, just unshakable faith that victory would follow movement. On May 7th, she was struck by an arrow. She pulled it from her shoulder and returned to the fight. Her courage broke the paralysis of the French ranks. The English lines fell. In a single week, she turned despair into momentum. Cities began surrendering without resistance, and 4 months after leaving her village, Charles VII was crowned King of France. With Joan standing beside him in armor, she had no title, no pedigree, no permission, but through action alone she reshaped the fate of a nation. Her rise terrified those who ruled by hesitation, the nobles, the clergy, the system she had bypassed. They captured her, tried her for heresy, and burned her alive at 19. But even fire couldn't erase what she represented, because her greatest weapon wasn't her visions. It was her refusal to wait. Joan of Arc proved that change doesn't wait for permission. Power isn't granted. It's taken through motion. She didn't find the perfect moment. She created it, and history bent around her will. An empire was saved because one person refused to wait. Don't make the same mistake most do. Waiting for the right time. Take action now. Battle-tested wisdom is waiting below. Joan of Arc's story destroys the most common excuse for inaction. I'm waiting for the right time. There is no right time. There's only the moment you decide to move. When Joan acted, nothing about her life said she should succeed. She had no rank, no wealth, no permission. If she had waited for perfect conditions, France would have fallen, and her name would have vanished with it. The right time never arrives on its own. It's created by those who move before they're ready. This is the divide that shapes every life. Decisive action creates legitimacy. Hesitation erases it. Joan didn't gain credibility and then act. She acted, and credibility followed. Every victory she earned was born from motion, not approval. The lesson is simple. Movement generates momentum that waiting never will. She didn't win because the timing was perfect. She won because action itself changed what was possible. Her conviction forced a broken army to believe again, and the world bent around her will. Waiting for the perfect moment is how people lose everything before they begin. The world doesn't pause while you prepare. It rewards those who strike first and figure it out in motion. Joan of Arc proved that the power you seek isn't found in readiness. It's found in movement. She didn't wait for permission. She moved, and history moved with her. The new year won't save you. The perfect moment won't appear. What saves you is the decision to act now, with what you have from where you are. You don't need another year. You don't need more time.
You need motion, because the longer you wait, the more the architects shape your life for you. They feed on your hesitation. They whisper that time will reset, and you can begin again later. But every delay strengthens their grip. The world bends only to those who move. If you're ready to stop waiting and start acting, file number 1 is where that path begins. Inside are the lessons every member of the Whispered Order must know. The link is below. And before you go, like, comment, and subscribe. It's how you help this message reach more people who are still waiting for the right time.